RHOBH viewers defend Garcelle Beauvais as PK slams her over robbery comment. Garcelle Beauvais often gets a lot of heat for speaking her mind, and now she has ticked off Paul PK Kemsley. This time, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans are in her corner after PK trashed her on social media. He wasn't happy with a comment Garcelle made regarding the home invasion and robbery that occurred at the couple's home in 2021. A year after that incident, Dorit was robbed again, this time of $10,000 in cash while Christmas shopping at Marshall's. Garcelle has been airing her suspicions, at one point questioning why Dorit still had her jewelry after being robbed. The topic is being discussed again this season, and during a conversation, Garcelle said she didn't think Dorit was involved in the home invasion, but that someone else was. PK assumed he was that someone else, and he hit back in a post on social media. PK slams Garcelle Beauvais after her comment about his home robbery. PK reposted a screenshot of Garcelle and Sutton's conversation, which was posted on Bravo TV with the caption, "Is Garcelle Beauvais insinuating PK was involved in Dorit Kemsley's robbery?" He responded with a shady comeback for the black girl missing actress, tagging her in his Instagram story. "Garcelle, there must be a better way of making money. Maybe change your manager robe," he wrote. In season 13, Dorit called out Garcelle for the hurtful comment, but clearly, the outspoken actress is not backing down. RHOBH fans defend Garcelle after PK throws shade. The RHOBH star received support online after PK threw major shade at her on social media. Some people agreed with Garcelle's insinuation that Dorit's estranged husband was involved in her robbery. "Oh, he's guilty, for sure. I thought so before, but I really think so now," wrote an ex-user, adding, "It's making a lot of sense to me now." Nonetheless, anyone looking at the facts knows it was an inside job. I'll be honest, I thought PK had something to do with it, because of how he treated Dorit, and her PTSD from the robbery, added someone else. One RHOBH viewer exclaimed, "Garcelle has money problems. PK, sir, try again. He always likes to speak up on woman business. But didn't they say one of their homes is in foreclosure?" Another added, "Omau PK, Garcelle has jobs, several of them. You're a drunk who's broke." Garcelle just said what most people were thinking. Garcelle Beauvais finds herself at the center of viewer solidarity as PK Kemsley fans the flames. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills has never been short on drama, but the latest skirmish involving Garcelle Beauvais and PK Kemsley has taken the fanbase by storm. It all began innocently enough, or as innocent as things can be in the RHOBH universe. During a group discussion about the ongoing fallout from Dorit Kemsley's harrowing home invasion, Garcelle made a comment that, depending on your perspective, either underscored her concern or struck a nerve with PK. "Maybe it's just me," Garcelle had said with a raised brow, "but I wouldn't feel comfortable hosting another big event in the same house after what happened." The remark was simple, straightforward, and for many fans, entirely understandable. The Kemsleys had made headlines when their Encino home was targeted by armed robbers, an incident Dorit had tearfully recounted on the show. Yet PK, ever quick to defend his castle and his pride, fired back in a confessional clip, labeling Garcelle's comment insensitive and out of touch. He later doubled down on social media, calling her words a gross misjudgment. But the RHOBH fanbase wasn't having it. The fans rallied behind Garcelle. Viewers were quick to take to Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit to rally behind Garcelle, who has become a fan favorite for her no-nonsense attitude and unflinching honesty. The hashtag Team Garcelle began trending within hours, with fans flooding social media to defend her perspective. "I can't believe PK is trying to make Garcelle the bad guy here," one user wrote on Twitter. "She didn't say anything wrong. I wouldn't want to throw a party in a house where I've been traumatized either." Team Garcelle. Another fan chimed in, "PK is being extra defensive because he knows deep down Garcelle is right. They want sympathy for the robbery but don't want anyone to point out how reckless it is to pretend like everything's fine." Pick a lane, PK. The sentiment was echoed across platforms, with fans dissecting PK's response and analyzing the dynamics at play. Many pointed out that Garcelle had previously shown nothing but compassion for Dorit during the aftermath of the robbery, going out of her way to offer support and comfort. Garcelle's authenticity versus PK's deflection. Part of what made the situation so polarizing was the juxtaposition of Garcelle's measured, authentic presence against PK's brash, defensive persona. As fans have noted in the past, Garcelle doesn't mince words, but she also doesn't go out of her way to stir the pot unnecessarily. If she had concerns about the Kemsleys' decision to host another high-profile event at their home, it likely came from a place of genuine worry. PK, however, seemed to interpret her comment as a slight against his ability to protect his family, a sensitive topic for someone who had faced widespread criticism for allegedly failing to improve security measures after the robbery. She hit a nerve, and instead of acknowledging her point, he turned it into a personal attack, one Reddit user observed. PK's ego is so fragile that he can't handle even the mildest critique without making it a whole thing. A deeper look at viewer loyalties. Garcelle's supporters weren't just defending her comment. They were also using the incident as a springboard to critique PK's behavior and his role on the show. PK has this pattern of trying to dominate the narrative, one fan posted. Every time someone brings up the robbery, he tries to steer the conversation to how brave he and Dorit are for moving on. But Garcelle wasn't questioning their courage. She was questioning the practicality of their choices. Others noted the double standard at play. Several fans pointed out that Kyle Richards, Erica Jane, and Lisa Rinna had all made comments in the past about the Kemsleys' home security, or lack thereof, without facing nearly as much backlash. It's always Garcelle who gets called out, another Twitter user remarked. She can't say anything without someone trying to paint her as the bad guy. Meanwhile, the others get away with murder. It's so obvious they hold her to a different standard. Garcelle's grace under fire. Despite the brewing storm, Garcelle maintained her trademark composure. In her own confessional, she calmly explained her perspective, emphasizing that her comment was never meant to be an attack. "I was just being honest," she said, her tone even but resolute. "If it were me, I'd have a hard time moving on like that. But hey, if they're comfortable, that's their choice." Her refusal to engage in a tit-for-tat with PK only endeared her to fans further. "This is why I love Garcelle," one Instagram user wrote. "She doesn't let people like PK drag her down to their level. She says her piece and moves on. That's real class." PK's response, fueling the fire. Unfortunately for PK, his attempts to defend himself only seemed to make matters worse. In a follow-up post on Instagram, he accused Garcelle of being unsupportive and suggested that she was using the robbery as fodder for drama. The backlash was swift. "PK is out here acting like Garcelle planned the robbery herself," one Twitter user joked. "She literally made one comment, and now he's spiraling. Someone get this man a hobby." Another fan offered a more serious critique. "PK needs to realize that not everything is about him." Garcelle wasn't being unsupportive. She was being practical. But of course, practicality doesn't fit into his narrative. The bigger picture. The incident has sparked broader conversations about the dynamics within the RHOBE cast and the pressures faced by its only black housewife. For many fans, the way PK reacted, and the way some cast members failed to come to Garcelle's defense, was emblematic of a deeper issue. Garcelle is constantly walking a tightrope on this show, one Reddit thread read. If she's too outspoken, she's labeled as aggressive. If she's too quiet, she's accused of being fake. And now she's being dragged for making a totally reasonable observation. It's exhausting to watch. Where do things go from here? As the dust settles, it's clear that the fallout from this incident will linger. For Garcelle, the support from fans has been a bright spot in an otherwise frustrating situation. For PK, however, the backlash has been a humbling reminder that not all battles are worth fighting. And for viewers, the incident has reinforced why Garcelle remains one of the most relatable and respected voices on RHOBH. In a world where drama often feels manufactured, her authenticity continues to shine through, no matter how much heat she takes. What are your thoughts on the latest RHOBH drama? Are you Team Garcelle, or do you think PK has a point? Let's discuss.